let alone convicted of anything criminal, but we found that he did it, and so we want to punish it. Like how are you covering that situation? Now, okay, now you've covered this one, right? So if there's another quarterback or defensive end or player who has 25 massage therapists come after him, okay, we got this one, but there's going to be another bizarre situation, right? How do you cover one where, okay, he's accused, pedal, he's not, but he's not charged or convicted? There should still be a minimum? I mean,
well, then in this case, Sean Watson should not be suspended with the path you're going down.
But they found evidence. I'm just going down a path that because you said there should be a minimum. I just don't know how you throw a cover over it. I don't know how you define it that's going to be a catch-all. I guess
because 6, they're always going to then go back and do this. Even if it's not 25.
So let me ask you this:
like 1 is bad.
1 is bad, but what if it was 1? What if it was 3? What if there were 3 allegations against Deshaun? Only 3 women came out. 2. And there was no legal proceedings on this because he was never charged. Let's keep in mind he was never charged. I understand what we all believe he did. I understand how everybody feels about it. What if there was 1 or 2 or 3? Would we be okay at 6 games?
I'm sure more people would, because it's what we're used to talking about in these situations.
Let me just throw terms at you, okay? Non-violent assault. Or, I'm sorry, non-violent sexual assault. Is that what Sue Robinson said? Non-violent sexual assault, right? I don't even know what the hell that means, by the way. Does it make you feel better? So I don't know how you blanket this, JJ. I guess what I'm saying is I don't see a way around going case by case on this. Like, it would be nice to be able to say, here's your minimum.
No, but it was supposed to be case by case, but yet the ruling still came down based on past precedent.
Right, and then they appealed it. Yeah. And that's why I think there's no other way. I mean, is there a minimum? Isn't there a minimum now on physical assault of a woman? Right, after Ray Rice, after
6 games.
6 games, right? And so that's kind of. But is that your starting point? That's the minimum. That's your starting point. Now, if there was 2 videos on Ray Rice or Tyreek Hill or Joe Mixon or what's our guy from San Francisco and went to the Cowboys, and why am I forgetting the defensive lineman?
Greg Hardy.
Thank you. Greg Hardy, right? If there was, and Greg Hardy, there was multiple allegations, but I mean, if you had multiple videos, it would be more, right? I just, that would be clean. That'd be really nice. I just don't know how you do it. So, every word is Jeremy Fowler, former Tribune reporter who's one of ESPN's top NFL guys, said that they expect something by tomorrow, by the end of the work week. And the work week runs through tomorrow. Deshaun actually probably could get word as he's padding up and getting ready to play. Now, would they play him? I think they would, one way or the other, right? That's been collectively bargained. If a guy's suspended for the regular season, he could play in the preseason. I don't know how you go back. And we're suspending him for preseason games. All right. They also want to go after his money. That's the other thing. They want there to be a monetary fine. There's a situation where I guess, and it could work out in the NFL's favor, that Deshaun potentially, and I think this is insanely remote, he could play this year, JJ, where they keep appealing. And he gets suspended next year and loses, right? Next year is when he's making $40-something million.
Sean Watson would not step on the field this season.
Even if he's not suspended this year?
I think that would be I'm saying he's a smart man, but someone in his
should
circle
say shut it
would
down
be
this
like,
year.
if makes no sense. You're getting suspended a certain amount of games.
I agree with that. So if the NFLPA wants to appeal, can he say, no, I'm good, man. Let me just take my season now? Can he do that?
Yes.
Even if the NFLPA
did that in the first place. Like, we're going to be cool with whatever comes down because they got word it was only going to be 6 games.
Right.
We're going to accept it and move on.
Yeah. No, look, to your point, I think there's no way that he plays this year. everybody in his camp is well understanding that the suspension, whether it's 6 games, 12 games, 17 games, is going to be this year, and that's why he's making $1 million. His salary this year and making close to $40 million next year. And so if he gets suspended and he loses those paychecks, you can have my 17 paychecks equaling $1 million this year, but you can't have my 17 that equal 40 next year. And that's why the NFL is going to go out. I'm going to guess about $10 million fine is what they're looking for. Is that what you're thinking? We throw numbers around we talk about other people's money. All right, so that's where we are. I know you're sick of it, man. I'm over it too, but it's still there, and it's kind of top shelf, front burner stuff with Deshaun. Anne-Marie, I mean, you're an NFL chick. Like where are you with this? And are you, I don't know if you're hearing anything through your Viking sources on this.
Through my Viking sources about Deshaun Watson?
Well, I mean, do you only hear Viking stuff through Viking sources?
No.
I mean, I didn't mean to insult you.
No. I just want to make sure I understood the question.
Well, I'm. I thought it seemed fairly simple.
I just hear I keep hearing that he's going to get a year.
Yeah. All right.
So maybe they're planning for preseason because that's what backup quarterbacks do. Not that he's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, Mac Jones will play.
Mac Jones will play.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So that's where we are. But you get him tomorrow night, and I think you do. What we'll see. Are you looking forward to seeing him play? I mean, I'm intrigued, aren't you? Don't you kind of want to see him play?
I haven't seen him play in a very long time.
You interested? I am.
I am.
What's he look like? I mean, kind of forgot. No, honestly.
No, it's been a minute.
Yeah. Like, I just watched the whole season, and look, we don't miss any of these guys. As much as we think, we'll miss him when he's gone, when LeBron didn't play in the playoffs, I didn't miss him. The playoffs were still good. They were there. When Deshaun's not playing, I don't miss him. Maybe when Tommy's not playing, we'll miss him. But, I mean, like the world goes on, right? The game's bigger than any of these guys. But I kind of do want to see him play. All right, we're going to hear from Chevan Cordeiro today, 9 o'clock this morning. He is the San Jose State quarterback. No, Jeff, no. He's Hawaii's quarterback. No, he was Hawaii's quarterback. He was the winning quarterback when Hawaii won the New Mexico Bowl and beat Houston in 2020. But he has since transferred, as so many athletes did, from Hawaii after the coaching change and everything that was going on there to San Jose State. So Brent Brennan, the head coach at San Jose State, JJ, has found himself another transfer quarterback, this time within the league, and a guy who's had success.
I'm a huge Chevan Cordeiro fan. He's not the most polished quarterback, but he is a very good college quarterback. He's a dual threat. He can make the throws. He can make exciting plays with his legs. And for them to land Chevan Cordeiro was huge because they got a good, like Nick Nash is a good quarterback, physical, but Cordeiro gives them a chance to compete for bowl eligibility.
All right, so we'll talk with Chevan Cordeiro at 9 o'clock this morning. We're going to get into the Kevin Durant conversation. He now has a new preferred landing place. Serena played yesterday in Toronto. How did she do on what is now kind of a retirement tour? Get the Field of Dreams tonight. The Field of Dreams is Dodger Stadium because they can't lose. We'll get into them. A lot more NFL stuff as well. 505-246-0610 is how to get in touch with us today. That's both the text line and the telephone, 505-246-0610. Emails come in this morning, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the Twitter, I would really suggest you follow JJ Buck. It's _JJ Buck. And on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. That's where you can watch the show. Adrian is producing on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26, and our Facebook page. When we come back, I got more NFL stuff. I watched Hard Knocks last night with the Detroit Lions. I want to see what you think. I'll tell you what I thought. JJ, not yet. It's the opening drive on 95. You got all day. It's a huge day. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games.
All right, so preseason means Hard Knocks as well. If you've got the HBO, maybe you watched a little Hard Knocks last night. It's the Detroit Lions. First episode premiered last night. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrian. So I'll tell you what I got. I know A. Marie watched it. Here's what I got out of it. I think Dan Campbell's going to be a freaking star by the end of the run of Hard Knocks. People are going to love him, whether he can coach or not. Guy who played and worked his way up and seems like a player's coach, and players seem to love him, and he's a character. And Aiden Hutchinson can sing Billie Jean. That's what I got out of it. And Rodriguez can dance. That's what I got out of it. What'd you get out of it?
And just his whole coaching staff, it was pretty intense.
He's got a staff, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a staff. I mean, Mark Brunell and Deuce Staley, and yeah, he's got a hell of a staff.
I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was fun. And I think you're right, though. It's just like Dan Campbell. He's like a bro. You just want to, like, hang out with him. Bro.
What the hell's in my coffee, man? What is, like, it's the plastic from from the creamer. I'm like, there's like this white triangle floating in my coffee. Yeah, so
I think they're doing it well, and
I mean, it was all right. There was
it wasn't crazy.
I didn't think there was anything great out of it. I mean, to me, the highlight was I don't know. Are we spoiling things? I mean, you
I don't know.
It was Aiden Hutchinson's thing.
I mean, Aiden Hutchinson seems to be the star of the show as well.
So far.
So far.
Yeah, JJ, you know, they do rookies come up and sing.
Yes.
And I thought he was going to do his alma mater.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
You know, he had to sing his fight song. So
no one cares about your fight song.
Yeah, that's what I thought
And
it
you
was.
have to announce your signing bonus.
Yeah. What was the signing bonus?
It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Like 50 million or something.
Yeah, and then
like
all
that?
the other guys were like,
damn.
the other guys were like,
Next guy's
100 grand.
Signing bonus 100. 100 what? And he's like, yeah, a bunch of $1 million, and then so he sang Billie Jean.
Yeah.
And he failed the first time, and it almost got booed off the front. But and it was actually in itself is worth the watch. That made me honestly, and there's not a lot of stuff. I always think of watching 2.5 Men when I think of what makes me sit by myself and laugh out loud in my living room. Right.
Right.
That show always did. That watching Aiden Hutchinson do Billie Jean in front of his whole team and watching everybody else's reaction made me smile and laugh out loud.
And the reputation of the Lions, I think people are going to grow more and more on them in general because most people don't have a problem with the Lions.
The Lions are about as inoffensive a team as there is in the National Football League.
Absolutely.
Because they have never won anything. So why don't you like a team? Because they beat your team. Honestly, right?
Absolutely.
And
or if they win.
Yeah, or if they
Super
win.
Bowls, yeah.
And at some point, if they won, they beat your team, right?
Absolutely.
So so who doesn't like the damn Lions? Honestly, who doesn't like the Lions?
NFC North once in a while.
Why? Because they beat them on Thanksgiving?
Like once in a while. You know, I mean.
Well, they're in your division. You like?
Of course.
You like the Lions?
No, I never mind them. Never have minded them.
They seem pretty, and they're pretty. You know, they're
Yeah.
Pontiac blue. They're pretty
Yeah.
uniforms.
And the Arizona Cardinals are going to be the in-season Hard Knocks.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
going to be interesting.
I'm not. I never have seen an in-season Hard Knocks.
You didn't watch the Indianapolis
I
Colts?
never saw one of them. Was it good?
It was really
I'm
good.
sure it was.
Oh, you know I had to watch it.
Well, and I think NFL Films does such a good job, right?
Oh, it
NFL
was-
Films, do we agree, is the
Great job.
original long-form, right, storyteller
Yes.
in sports?
They are.
I like how they did it. It was fun. It was entertaining. And the in-season was good, too.
I'm sure it was.
I know that's a home favorite for me, but in general, like getting to know a team through
Yeah.
that lens is like really cool.
Well, the access which they are granted is terrific, and you know once a team buys in, they buy in, and I know that they have to whether they want to or not, and so
And no matter how your season's going, like you watch the wins, you watch the losses, like it's a good time.
yeah. Are you a fan of Hard Knocks? Like just overall the concept?
Yes.
Yeah. I think they do a good job. I mean, look, last night's was fine. I don't think it was great by any means. Is there a season that stands out to you of Hard Knocks? The Rams do to me because, well, they were the Rams. Cowboys were
Oh
was
my
interesting,
gosh,
too.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The moments that
I'm
always,
enjoying them more. I think they're
are you?
getting better for me.
The moments that I always remember, the moments of guys getting cut, right? Those conversations when guys get called in the office, and they got to make the tough decisions. And there's Jeff Fisher releasing the guy that you've been following all through Hard Knocks, and you've been watching for 4 weeks, and you learn about his family and his kids, and then you know he gets released. And there's always the good ones where the guy doesn't get called in, and he made the team, and he gets to go home and tell his wife that he made the team, or his girlfriend that he made the team, and he's got a spot. You know those. It's just look. I think NFL Films does it really well. I will argue with you honestly right now that anybody who's doing those long format stories, there's not one that does them poorly. HBO, ESPN, CBS, NFL networks. If you watch any of them now, that's a science, don't you think?
They're very good at it.
Yeah. All right, so you got that yesterday. What did you make of Tua? And so I guess I'm struggling with how is this the first time we've heard from Tua on this, and maybe this was the first time he's been pressed on it, but Tua finally being talked to about the Tom Brady conversation.
He had spoke about it last week.
Was it last week? And then yesterday again?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And basically his answer is, look, I'm here. And I guess he said yesterday, you know, I answered this last week, but I'm still here. It's all noise. and I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm kind of curious where you are. What do you want him to say? Like, good for him.
That's one where, athletes always say, I trust in myself over everyone else. If you're Tua, you go, no, it's Tom Brady. I understand why people want to talk to Tom Brady, but I am the starting quarterback of the Dolphins. I'm looking forward to taking a step forward.
I mean, what else to say?
That's all you can say.
Right? It's Tom freaking Brady. And if they want to go get that, that's the answer. I mean, I'm kind of flattered. You know what? That's the guy that they but I'm here. I'm the guy. And reporters are just digging and digging and digging. I get it, man. They got a job. But I'm okay with the way he's handled it. You guys are too?
Yeah. You have to acknowledge, hey, I would talk to Tom Brady too.
Yeah.
But he's taking snaps in Tampa Bay, and I'm taking snaps for the Dolphins. And that's the situation.
Will Tua Tagovailoa be the quarterback of the Dolphins this time next year?
I'm rooting for him.
If you had a bet, and now that you have a betting show, would you bet that he will be?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I would bet the other way.
You think?
Well, first of all, if Tommy plays, Tommy's going to be their guy.
Well.
All right. If you were a betting person, would you say Tom Brady's in a training camp next year or not? Is Tom Brady retired after this season when he's 45, or not? Because I'm betting Tom's retiring. He hit 45. He hit his number.
Yeah.
I think this is it. Now, I mean, Jeff, we thought this is it 15 times. I got it. But he kind of set a goal. He's hit his goal.
He had an axe to grind with this retirement, and it was to get Bruce Arians out of the way.
It feels that way, yeah.
I don't envision a Brett Favre situation with Tom Brady.
We're talking about it every day.
Well, he's like retired, and then he's not.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm playing for the Vikings. I'm playing for the
49ers.
Jets.
The Jets.
Yeah. But I don't know that I believe in Tua this year. I know everybody does. I know he's got the weapons. I think Tua's going to be an average quarterback. I don't think he's going to be horrible, and I don't think he's going to be great. And I don't know that that's going to be enough for that franchise to say we're not going in a different direction. I think this is a huge year for Tua Tagovailoa. For him, for Carson Wentz, for Jared
if he falls
Goff.
on his face, of course.
Well, I think he's going to be average. I think he's going to be good. I think there's going to be some really good games. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to put up some numbers a couple of weeks, and there's going to be some passes where you go, what is he doing? And they lost the game because of that. And I think that he's going to be. I think he's going to be good some weeks and not good. I think he's going to be fine. And that franchise isn't looking for fine. Nobody's looking for fine.
And then you start looking, all right, what's the next disgruntled quarterback? Who's that going to be?
Or where are they in the draft?
Even though they lost a little, but just move your future first rounders around because you lost one.
Yeah.
Because they still have, I forget whose pick it is, but they had more than one first round pick.
Yeah, I think they got San
round pick.
Francisco's. I think they have San Francisco's.
It's just not going to be high. You're going to have to move features around, but it feels like they're going to attack aggressively the quarterback market.
I think that's right. Do you think he's going to excel this year?
Even if he wins 9 or 10 games,
yeah,
similar to what they did last year, their eyes are on something shinier.
I think so too. I do. And remember, he was the shiny object. It was Tank for Tua. I just don't know that he's ever going to come fully back from that hip injury. I think he's good. I just don't think he's going to be good enough for what they want.
One of those quarterbacks you're like, what? Tua's never going to be viewed as good, even if he gets him to the playoffs, maybe wins a game,
right?
Because Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert
were in that class. Even
though Joe Burrow went number one,
I know
they didn't have a chance, even though they really liked him. But they took Tua, and then the pick right after was Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm. It's always going to be that way, unless he gets him to the AFC Championship game this year, and I just don't. I don't see it. They've got a nice team. They got a nice roster. They put a lot around him. They've invested everywhere else. It's on him. And I think he's going to be fine. And I just don't think fine is going to be good enough.
And Mike McDaniel, too, is doing a really good job, the new Dolphins head coach. And he said, quote, "For me, nothing happened. Everyone else is the one making it awkward.
Yeah.
It doesn't occupy a single iota of space with anybody.
So good.
And that is, yes, because none of those players care that 2 separate off seasons you might have talked with Tom Brady, because what Tom Brady is doing, and I think why this is coming up more, Miami and Tampa Bay are joint practicing right now. So Tom Brady's like right there. But all those guys in Miami are like, that's cool. I understand why you'd talk to Tom Brady, but he's wearing that helmet. So,
all right, 505-246-06. I want to hear from you today. You're welcome to come in on any of this stuff. Golf is underway. We'll update you on the FedEx Cup playoffs are going. It's the St. Jude, so we'll get you there. How's your vehicle looking? Did it rain last night where you were? It rained a little where I am. The night before it poured. Then the dust came up, the dirt came up, the wind came up. My vehicle, it's dirty. It's just the way it is. I'm going to call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. That's what I do. I suggest you do it as well. They come out and they detail your vehicle. They clean it to the point where it's inside, outside, under the hood, around the rims, under the seats, behind everything, detailing it like the auto dealers do. When it's done, it looks and feels, it smells like the day you took it home. And I did say they come to you. The convenience, wherever it is convenient, whenever it is convenient for you, that's where they will find you. I don't know where they are. It doesn't matter. They know where I am. So I'm in the office working just like you are. They're in the parking lot. I get a text. I go outside, and there's a bunch of people last time this happened. They were all standing around. Wow, that's so cool. How do I get that? Well, you just call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. I'm going to give you the numbers and the website here in a moment. They have ceramic coating that they apply by hand, the best way to protect your paint for years to come. Offer a 10% discount to our military. It is a terrific gift as well. Here's how to book an appointment. Online at www.otsdetailing.com. That's otsdetailing.com. Or just give them a call at 505-859-2859. That's 505-859-2859.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
To your thoughts, everybody's got an idea on a football team and a feel, and you feel this team's going to make a move, or your team's going to make a move, or the Chargers are going to be really good but lose games because their head coach is going to make bad decisions, or, well, that's a given, or the Vikings are going to be the team that surprises, or whatever. I'm open for you wherever your random NFL stuff is at 505-246-0610. Fair?
Yes.
Do you have any of those random, like I mean, for instance, Tua? You're going to be fine. Everybody's in love with them. I think they're going to be fine. And fine's not good enough, especially in the AFC. I think he might even take a step forward this year. I just don't know that he's going to be what they expect him to be.
Which is what?
Great. Tank for Tua, the next best thing.
We know that he's not that.
Okay, but
no one is believing that he's going to be the next best thing. What you're hoping is
Joe Burrow.
You're not getting Joe Burrow out
Okay, but that's what they expect and want.
But we know that ship has sailed.
Okay,
then he's just not.
Then
that
we're all on the same
quarterback.
page here.
Yes. The thing that's going to make him look really good is he has 2 of the best yards after they catch players in the NFL.
Okay.
And that's, I think people are just excited to see Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill make plays.
And
Tua's going to look that much better when he completes that 10-yard pass that goes for 60 yards.
That's right. And so he threw for 22 times for 312 yards. Yeah. The other one is Philly to me, and I'm tapping the brakes on how good I think they're going to be, because I don't know that I think Jalen Hurts is as good as everybody thinks he is either. And I could be wrong there, but I again, another guy I think is going to be fine. And fine isn't good enough for any of these teams that are loading up everywhere else. The Eagles think...
What don't you like about Jalen?
I don't know that I think he's accurate enough. And I've seen the numbers, so I understand what the numbers tell me. So I get it. And I'm going eye test as opposed to that. Size, durability, can he make it? Now, if you're going to tell me, look around that division, and can they win it? Yeah, the Eagles can win that division. I'm not sold on the Cowboys.
It's not a ringing endorsement when you look at that division, because everyone does have a chance because everyone is average. It's when you're talking, they got a chance. Well, yeah, because you don't really like
nobody's really that good.
Anyone in that division. How big do you think Jalen Hurts is?
I think he's 6'1", is he not?
He's 6'1", about 220.
Yeah.
Bigger than Kyler Murray, more
Yeah,
stout
no,
than
it's
Lamar
not,
Jackson.
not size durability. I'm not saying he's going to break it. It's just, this is...
You're against the grain. Too many people are talking up Jalen Hurts.
And I think that's why. I'm listening to it and how great he's going to be, and I think that's why. Just because I haven't seen it. I've seen a guy who's good. Again, I don't think he stinks. I think he's fine. And I think when I'm watching teams load up, everywhere else and hoping that the quarterback, right? There's two ways to do this in a lot of respects. There's build around your quarterback. Let's get that quarterback first, and then we'll figure it out. And then I'm watching Miami, and well, Philly, and in some respects Miami, although they got the quarterback they wanted. Build a roster and then find a guy that they're hoping is going to be good enough, right? There's kind of two ways to do this, right? There's Josh Allen, and he's our stud, and we're going to build around him. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to build everything, and we got Jalen Hurts, and let's hope that's okay. And you can cite me examples both ways that it's worked, and that's fine. I just don't know that I think it's going to work in Philly. Now, I think they might win the division at 9-8. So I guess that would mean it worked, and then you got a decision to make, right? And I'll go the other way on one of them. I think Jameis is going to have a nice year in New Orleans if he can stay healthy. I liked what I saw before he got hurt last year. I liked what I saw with his progression. He looked like a more mature quarterback. He looked like a quarterback who had learned from his mistakes. He looked like a quarterback that was in command. Then he got hurt. Everybody kind of loves New Orleans a little bit. I'm going to go the other way with Jameis, and I think he's going to be better than a lot of people think.
New Orleans is still stout. They quality roster. The offense is unbelievable now. With Michael Thomas back, you got Jarvis Landry as your slot receiver. Yeah. Your first-round pick, Olave, out of Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alvin Kamara.
When he comes back, yeah.
They're not looking at necessarily a year suspension for him.
What are we looking, 6 games probably?
So yeah. They're absolutely set.
And their defense was nice, right? I mean, that was a defense that 3 years ago was a joke. And they addressed it in a big way, and they cleaned that thing up. And by the way, they beat Tampa Bay. Like that's a team that's not afraid of Tampa Bay.
The only one I'm opposite on is Jalen Hurts.
Okay. All right. You like him. Is there anybody else that you kind of have a feeling on any of these other quarterbacks?
Because when you look at Jalen Hurts, 26 total touchdowns, 9 interceptions, completed 61% of his passes.
Yep.
You'd like to see some more consistency in that offense.
Yep.
Because he had some weeks, like 3 touchdowns and then no touchdowns. But when you look at the total touchdowns, his rushing impact kind of covers for some of that when you have 10 rushing touchdowns on the ground. And you're talking about loading up. Yeah, A.J. Brown.
It's terrific.
It's Devontae Smith.
Yep.
Their first-round pick,
yep.
That defensive tackle Davis out of Georgia,
I like them defensively.
Is wowing people.
So I think they might win that division. I think they might be better than the Cowboys. Let me give you another quarterback or two, and I'll give you one. We'll take a break. We'll go more. How do you think Trey Lance is going to be? Because there's another team that thinks. I mean, they were a possession away from going to the Super Bowl, right? They were a possession away from going to the Super Bowl, the San Francisco 49ers. And now they said, yeah, we're that good, but we think this quarterback's better than the one that got us there. And we've seen nothing. What?
It's going to be a roller coaster.
Okay.
It'll be bumpy. Because you have to just let him go and see if that ceiling, you say, hey, the ceiling is higher for Trey Lance. And all you can say is, we'll find out, because we haven't seen anything to compare it to.
Nothing. I mean, he was in there, took a few snaps, or a few packages for him, but other than that, what did he do? I got a few more for you when we come back. 505-246-0610. I'm kind of curious where you all are. As you sit there, and preseason goes kind of full swing tonight. We get 2 games tonight and a few more tomorrow, and then this weekend you're going to see every team. Where are you? Are there's so many question marks. There's so many. It's a big season for so many players as we go through the National Football League. And I'm going to throw a bunch of names at you. I'm going to come at you with Zach Wilson, and I'm going to come at you with Mitchell Trubisky, and I'm going to come at you with Davis Mills. You're going to go, come on, give me a break, easy. Carson Wentz. Your thoughts, because these are guys that are going to, even Russell Wilson. How are they going to impact their teams, because their team's impact is going to rely, or how their team does is going to rely completely in some respects on how they play. 505-246-0610. Kirtland Federal Credit Union has financial products, personal service that can help you achieve whatever your financial goals happen to be. So what are your financial goals? They've got banking made easy, and they'll help you with vehicle loans and home loans and refis and planning for retirement. They've got online banking and bill pay, so you can bank at home in your pajamas if you want to. They are secure. It's a dangerous world out there for your money. That's why they employ the best technology to monitor your accounts and protect you from fraud and theft. They offer you mobile banking. They have 30,000 nationwide ATMs in the See You Anytime and Co-op network, so you'll always be close to your money. E-statements make life easy, and then the Independence debit card. The little red card backed by the Go Anywhere, Buy Anything power of Visa. It offers you exclusive purchase rewards in your online banking account. So what can they do for you today? Stop by any Kirtland Federal Credit Union branch and find out, or just visit them online. KirtlandFCU.org. It's KirtlandFCU.org. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on
Look at, I don't know what you think this football season as we get set to embark on the first full weekend of NFL preseason. Only 3 weeks of preseason this year. But what do you think? I mean, you got a few things in your mind. What this quarterback's going to do that? Kind of right up Edward's alley. Good morning to you. Hello, Edward.
Well, top of the morning to you, boys and lady. It's good to hear your voice. Hey, yesterday's subject matter was really good. So with my one call a week, I figured I'd embellish a little bit on what you guys talked about. Shohei Ohtani, at 28 years old, guys, in the last 50 years, Barry Bonds has been the best player I've ever seen, and I don't even think it's close. And you could talk about steroids, but I think he was a 4-time MVP before he injected himself with steroids, and then he basically you couldn't pitch to him. I think he walked 200 and some times in 1 year, hit 70 some home runs. He left the field, in my humble opinion. And then if you go back 50 or 60 years, you have Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, all-time greats, and then of course Babe Ruth. Ohtani, that guy's amazing. At 28 years old, he can go down as the best player we've ever seen, because what he does is it's undescribable. Right, both offensively and pitching, it's amazing. So I'm glad we're seeing it, and I think we're going to see some amazing things going forward. Real quick on the quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence, and he walked into utter dysfunction last year.
That's right.
And I just thought to myself, I put a list together of teams that would take Trevor Lawrence, and I'm not even talking the bottom feeders of the NFL, like the Giants and the Bears and the Jets. If you gave Trevor Lawrence a full off season, the Cowboys would take him and probably do better. The 49ers, who are a contender this year, would rather take an NCAA champion and a consensus number one pick, and probably the biggest and best projection coming out of college since Andrew Luck, which you talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
I think the Browns would take him. The Steelers would take him. And it's a function of just walking into utter chaos and losing basically a whole year.
Yeah, but don't you think it's almost like a brand new start for him this year? Don't you think it's like a brand new start for him this year? It's almost like his rookie year.
Absolutely, it's his rookie year. And the tool that she's going to get from his head coach is going to be amazing. And I think, now, do I think they're going to win 10 or 12 games? Jeff? Probably not. Do I think that they're going to that he's going to explode this year and have a stellar year? Absolutely. And it just goes to show, where you get drafted is a pretty obvious statement. Where you get drafted, the organization. But if I was an organization, I would take Trevor Lawrence over probably every quarterback except maybe the top 8, because that's how good that guy is. And I think it's going to be amazing. By the way, my friend Howard, we haven't made a bet yet. Vegas has the Cowboy win total over-under at 10 games, and they have the Patriots at, I think, 8.5. I might be inclined to bet the under on both those win totals, because Cowboys, one thing in 6 years of Dak Prescott, who, he's good. I'm not knocking Dak. He's consistently not been able to beat the better teams. Not all his fault, but if you look at his track record, he doesn't have a good record against winning teams at all. In fact, every team last year, minus the Patriots, that were a playoff team, he lost every one of the games against winning teams. And then who knows what's going to happen with the Patriots this year? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I would say if they win 8 or 9 games, that's a success this year. So anyway, I'll share that with you.
That's
I appreciate you letting me share my thoughts, and you have a delightful day.
See you. Thanks. Mac Jones. Hearing stuff come out of there. Well, he's not progressing as quick. Well, look. Can I tell you a couple things about what my thoughts on them? I'm curious where you are. I don't give a damn who's calling plays. I firmly believe they know who's calling plays. I don't think that it's as dysfunctional as everybody wants to make it because people don't have labels to put on it. I think they're fine internally. Now, is Mac Jones going to progress where they want him to? I got some questions on that. Will he be the quarterback they need him to be to get where they want to be? I got some questions about how good he can be, but I'm not worried about their structure.
Who stands out to you, whether it's Trevor Lawrence? Because it feels like Mac Jones falls in the fine category.
It's Trevor
right?
Lawrence.
Is it going to be Zach Wilson? No. Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Mac Jones?
I agree with Edward on Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have if you're going to ask me of Zach Wilson, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, or Trey Lance, who's going to take the biggest step forward this year, I think it's going to be Trevor Lawrence.
It really does feel like that Trevor Lawrence season is one we're going to be talking about forever. Like when he's a good quarterback.
And he will be.
And you'll be like, oh, remember that Trevor Lawrence rookie season? Yeah. What a disaster that was.
Yeah, and I mean, are you blaming that on him?
No. We all saw that coming except the ownership of the Jaguars.
I'll plead guilty. I didn't think it would be as bad as it was. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you. I thought it might be. Well, I thought it would be better. Does he have enough weapons? So they overpaid on Christian Kirk, I think, is their number one. Marvin Jones, Laviska Shenault, Zay Jones. Is there enough there? Evan Ingram they got for the Giants as a tight end. Etienne's going to run the ball, and James Robinson. Is there enough there?
You don't feel great about it, but even as a young quarterback, the way we want to talk up Trevor Lawrence, he's got to make the most of those guys.
He does.
He's got to be that guy that, all right, these are good, but they're much better because he's quarterback.
And I got more for you, more NFL when we get back. How are they going to be? When we'll pick through players. We'll pick through teams. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Bond.
Going through the NFL, just your random thoughts. How are these guys going to do? How is this team going to do? How will that quarterback do? How's this going to work in that place? How's Kevin O'Connell going to work in Minnesota? Oh, now got your attention, didn't we? Now sparked your interest. You'll get all A. Marie's takes on her show on Saturday. She's saving everything for her show.
That's not true.
Name 3 players or make 3 bets on Saturday and Sunday here on K. Marie. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. Your emails come in. Jeff at sportsanimallabq.com. JJ at sportsanimallabq.com. I'll get you those as we go through. And you're sending me a bunch of emails already, and I'll get them. Golf FedEx St. Jude Championship. It's the first part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's underway. Trey Mullinex, Mark Leishman. Didn't he just go live, Mark Leishman? Taylor Pendrith, he didn't, obviously. And Terrell Hatton are your early leaders at -3. You got a bunch of guys at like a lot of guys at -2. So it's early. The majority of the field has not teed off yet, but we're just getting started at the FedEx Cup playoffs. All right, a few more as we go through these. So let me go close to home. How's Russell Wilson going to work in Denver? Is he going to be the old Russell Wilson? Because I'm just pulling storyline, right? Or in some cases making storylines for you. But Russell Wilson, who struggled number-wise last year in Seattle, I would argue with you that while he's got receivers, he doesn't have a guy like DK Metcalf, but he's got good receivers. They got a running back guy by committee. It feels like they've got a good offensive line. The Broncos feel like they were just that quarterback away from making a push for the Super Bowl. How's that going to work in Denver?
The receivers in Seattle are better. The offensive line is average. I think this roster over the last 2 years has taken a step back to where you bring in Russell Wilson and he can rise it. But to me, this is not as simple as Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford. Just stepping in and, this team's going to be in the Super Bowl. Don't like their linebackers. You got Patrick Surtain, you got Justin Simmons, 2 playmakers in the back end. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about prove-it years? Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, it's a big
Where
one.
you at?
Yeah.
And for Russell Wilson, he is still the best version of himself when the team is running the football, it's playing off the play-action game. I'm not buying into the let Russ cook narrative because that's not going to make Denver the most successful team. It is going to be, hey, Russell Wilson, we trust you to make the plays. When the game maybe fall behind, game's not going your way, do something that elite quarterbacks in this league do to pick up everyone else. But if I'm saying it right now, I think they're the 4th place team in that division.
So I think they're the 4th best team in that division too. I do too. And I think I'm going to tell you where I am with this because I'm gonna take a dissenting opinion on Kansas City, but I'm telling you, I think Kansas City's 1, Raiders are 2, Chargers 3, Broncos are 4. I flat out am not eating any of that oatmeal. The people are trying to feed me that because Tyreek Hill is gone, the Chiefs are taking a huge step backwards. Now, I'm not telling you it's addition by subtraction. I'm not telling you that at all. I think they lose a huge piece in losing Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill's terrific at what he does. I think that he's the best in the league at what he does, is stretching the field. But I think that if you're going to sit here and tell me that Tyreek Hill made Patrick Mahomes, I think you're out of your mind. I think Patrick Mahomes made Tyreek Hill. And I think we're going to see that when Tyreek Hill's playing with Tua Tagovailoa this year. Is what they did. They replaced him with Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Do I think those guys are Tyreek Hill? I don't. But I still think Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. And I look at what they did. First of all, I think they bulked up last year defensively, and I thought they were good defensively. I think Patrick Mahomes is so tired of listening to the crap that he's not going to be nearly as good without Tyreek Hill. Yeah, it's a prove it. If Clyde Edwards-Helaire can stay healthy, they've got him, they've got Jerick McKinnon, they got Ronald Jones, and they've always got a stable of running backs that are fine, that can catch the ball. I think they've got good receivers, and they've got guys who can stretch the field. Hardman is fast. They still have the best pass-catching tight end in the game in Travis Kelce. Like, pardon me for not just going, oh, my goodness, the Chiefs are taking a huge step back. They've hosted 4 straight AFC championships, and I expect them to host it again.
I agree with you on Patrick Mahomes. I don't think they're
That was great.
the best team in the AFC. Patrick Mahomes, it's Aaron Rodgers. You're going to see, like, these guys are still really good.
You think the
even
Bills are?
without a number one
Yeah.
wide receiver.
Yeah.
They're going to not hit as many explosive plays.
Okay.
Like, Tyreek Hill's a special wide receiver.
Understood.
Mecole Hardman is going to catch a couple. Tyreek Hill catches a lot.
Yep.
And
so it'll be different.
And I think that's why the Chargers are going to win that division, even though Mahomes is the best quarterback. You can't see past the Chargers. It's like LeBron James.
I can't see past
it.
No, I can't. I flat out can't.
They
and if I'm sitting here in November and December and I'm wrong, I'll eat it. But they're still the damn Chargers. And one year they're going to do it, but I can't buy it. First of all,
this is a future bet.
Yeah.
Because like with the Chargers, it's now or never. Like they have everything.
Yeah, they do.
Got a good
They're
quarterback.
really good.
Loaded offensively. Khalil Mack is not done, and he's opposite Bosa now.
Yep. No,
that's the now or never bet.
And they're the Chargers. Why'd you laugh at me on my take on the
No,
Chiefs?
I just loved it. I just appreciated that take.
So I think they'll be the 1 or 2 seed. I said they'll host the AFC Championship game. I think the Bills are really good, by the way. And so let me back that down just a touch. I think they'll be the 2 seed. Now, they may still host the AFC Championship game if the Bills get beat.
It feels like, in that case, like Kansas City could be better just because of how, I mean, like a better team this year just due to the division being so tough. Like going through those battles, and while they might not be the number 1 seed, I think Buffalo's just going to coast.
So Kansas City may be better this year and have a worse record. How can that be, Jeff? Because they're going to have to go through that division. Because they're going to have to play those 6 games against those 3 teams that every one of them is going to be. They can lose any one of them, right? Against the Chargers, against the Raiders, and against the Broncos. They're all good. Look, I agree with everything you said on the Chargers. I agree with they've got everything except for I don't buy into their head coach, and they're the damn Chargers. And it's just they're the Chargers.
Is it the timeout?
Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah, it's we're not punting. I'm smarter than everybody. Okay, but you didn't make the playoffs with a really freaking good team.
You know who had the most turnover on downs last season?
I don't.
Ooh.
Detroit Lions.
All right, what's your point?
Well, everyone loves Dan Campbell. He's going to be a superstar.
But he had nothing to lose. He had a crappy team. Are you going to tell me that they didn't make the playoffs because of him?
No. But he had the similar philosophy.
Look, when you got nothing, yeah, he does. He does. And people are going to love Dan Campbell because they're going to watch him on Hard Knocks. Now, whether or not it makes him a good coach or not, I don't know. But they're going to love him.
No one bites knees like Dan Campbell.
No doubt. See, he gives you good quotes. He's not the cute little new school analytics looking coach that all the old school guys hate, right? I mean, so you're on what's their boy wonder name? Why am I forgetting? Brandon Staley. You're on Brandon Staley. You like him?
Not be. Came from the Rams.
All right. So did Kevin O'Connell.
And Kevin O'Connell went to San Diego State,
That's
so
right.
he could go 0-16 and still
he's
be
going to be a
amazing.
freaking genius. Yes. No, I understand. Yeah. No, at least you understand where I'm coming from.
I'm loving him during training
How do you
camp.
not love him?
I'm like in love. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Right?
what a breath of fresh air.
Right? After the old grumpy dude you had
Yeah,
for so
and-
long in Minnesota?
And I appreciate Zim for some time, but like this is just a breath of fresh air. He is so fun.
Yeah. All right, wait, I want to back up. So why do you buy into Brandon Staley? What is it about him that you buy?
He made a bad decision.
He made a few.
He
but
made
okay.
a bad decision.
Yeah.
Call timeout.
Yeah.
And everyone's loving the Raiders. And everyone's loving the Raiders, who, by the way, barely snuck in as well.
But they got in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was a possession.
Yeah.
The Raiders were
Well, I
also.
understand.
There were two teams last year.
It was pretty amazing, by the way,
That-
the way they went down.
Yeah. That made the playoffs that scored less than 400 points.
Okay.
It was the Raiders.
And then they added Devontae Adams,
And
which should
Steelers.
really help, right? I mean, do we
Yeah,
not
but I
agree?
mean, like, they had a negative point differential.
Okay.
Because the one thing I'm just not sold on yet with the Raiders is defensively.
See, I'm a little more there than maybe you are, and I like what they did up front. I like the Raiders up front, and that means to me that they're going to get to quarterbacks. Look, I love Justin Herbert. There's nothing not to love about Justin Herbert. They re-signed Mike Williams. The Chargers have everything. If they were the Lions, I'd be all over them. If they were, well, maybe not the Lions. If they were almost any other team, I'd look at that roster and say, I mean, they might be my favorite. They're the damn Chargers. I don't know. There's something about it. I believe in curses. I believe in, I believe in hocus pocus in sports, right? I believe in all that crap. And that's kind of why it's where I am on. All right, 505-246-0610. I'm going to get to your emails because you've been sending me quite a few. We'll hit those when we come back. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we're going to have a conversation with Chevin Cordero. He is the quarterback at San Jose State who transferred from Hawaii to San Jose State, an inter-conference transfer. So we'll talk to him. This is a good one on the text machine. Hurts will have better passing stats this year than Lamar Jackson. That's possible. Will he have a better record than Lamar Jackson? I ask you, Texter 1777. All right, because I think I might even agree with you. Will the Eagles have a better record than the Ravens? 505-246-0610. You can send me that text. Hey, are you living with constant pain, chronic pain, just all the time, right? And you're not having success with any of the treatments, steroids, drugs, you want to avoid surgery. Thankfully, there's a better way, and it's now available here from the medical experts at QC Kinetics. The medical professionals can help you with regenerative medicine. We're talking about new therapies, advanced all-natural biologics, regenerative treatments that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue and then provide you lasting relief. And listen to me, there's no drugs, there's no surgery, and there is no downtime. QC Kinetics, they're the nation's leader in precision regenerative medicine with over 100 clinics across the country, and literally there's thousands of satisfied patients, including, and I know you've heard the Emmitt Smith spot that's running on the Sports Animal, elite athletes like Emmitt Smith and Brooks Koepka and Tiger Woods who have utilized QC Kinetics to deal with the chronic pain that they've been feeling. If you've been told that you need surgery, if you've been told that you have to take these drugs, why don't you take advantage of this free consultation? It's essentially a free second opinion, and you can go and maybe get this taken care of without any downtime, drugs, or surgery. 9 out of 10 times, QC Kinetics gets better results than the surgery. Give them a call. What do you have to lose? I don't know, that pain? If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, don't just think the old ways of dealing with it are the only ways. You've got to learn more about these new biologic therapy options that can change your life. Call the professionals at QC Kinetics now and make an appointment at 505-226-8688. That's 505-226-8688. QC Kinetics. 505-226-8688.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Sports Animal.
All right, how will Kirk Cousins be with the Minnesota Vikings? Oh, you know what you're getting? You're getting the same thing every year? Vikings are my surprise team in the NFC. Is that all right? Does that bother you?
Who said that? You?
I did.
Oh, you did?
That's me.
It's surprising as in a
Well, I mean, that,
surprise?
as in a good, yeah. I mean, what are the Vikings? What's their over-under? I mean, you know everything on them. What's their win total projection?
I don't know
10
why
wins.
we don't have that sheet printed out.
That's fair.
That should just be
I'm
pasted
gonna
right
go
there.
on the Google machine.
Well, all right.
It's like
Print it out.
projected like 10.
Are
wins.
the Packers are the favorites in that division on everybody's list, right? Every projection.
No, I
I
don't.
guess you got to classify. What is it, are they a conference championship contender?
Yeah, I think they are. They're a team that didn't make the playoffs that I think can make big strides this year. I look around the NFC. I think the Rams are good. I think the Niners can be good, but I just have no idea. I think Arizona is going to be better than people think. I obviously Tampa Bay and I think New Orleans. I still think Green Bay is going to be good. I don't know what I think in the NFC East, but I just don't think any of them are Super Bowl contenders. I would argue with you at some point that maybe the Vikings are better than anybody in the NFC East. You think Cowboys or Eagles are better than Vikings? And all the Cowboy fans are screaming at me right now.
Get him going.
But I get it. But what makes the Cowboys any better than the Vikings right now?
Absolutely.
Well, they made the playoffs last year, Jeff. The Vikings. That's right. No, you're right. But everybody's telling me how great the Chargers are, and they didn't make the playoffs either.
Yeah, but there's also the point of you're supposed to get better in this league.
Yeah.
If we sit here and react to everything that happened last season, no one's going to get better.
That's right. So the Titans will be the number one seed in the AFC then. And nobody even thinks. And there's a lot of people who think they won't make the playoffs.
I like Indianapolis to win that division.
Okay.
So it puts Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to be in the wild card conversation still.
Yeah.
But no way. I don't think we're coming out of this with the Titans as the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Oh, but JJ, Colts didn't even make the playoffs last year. That's right. That's right. That's your point. The teams are supposed to get better. I mean, so you just picked 2 teams that did make the playoffs to potentially win their division, right?
I think the Colts. It's perfect. They got Matt Ryan still has something
Colts
left in the tank.
Good, man.
The passing game is going to evolve.
One of the best running
Take
backs.
a little bit of
if not the best
pressure
in the
off
league.
of Jonathan Taylor, who's still going to be fantastic.
Yep. Their issue, they need to stay healthy on the outside. Their wideouts need to stay healthy. You know, I keep waiting for Paris Campbell to make a move. Michael Pittman has made that move. Can they stay healthy at wide receiver? Because it feels to me, more than any team except for maybe Denver, their wide receivers get beat up, and they're always injured at that position. Is that right?
Yes.
They've got to stay healthy there. I think Matt Ryan's good. I think Matt Ryan's got another couple of years in him. I think he may have like a little fountain of youth kind of a year there. Like we may see a start out of them, and depending on their schedule a little bit. But they go Houston, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Tennessee, Denver, Jacksonville. So their first, you may see a start. They're going, holy smokes! Look at where'd Matt Ryan come from? What the hell happened? I think he may put up some huge numbers early.
I'm with you, and it's a confidence that you're going to have in that
Fantasy
offense,
quarterback?
even without, say, a marquee like Michael Pittman. He's jumping. Everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Number 1 wide receiver. Alec Pierce is a rookie. Probably
Paris Campbell's been a guy that for 2 years.
Paris Campbell's a rotation wide receiver. It's fine.
Well, they have an incredible offensive line too.
All right.
The Colts and defensive line. They got some of the best lines.
Would you
too.
say Mo Alley Cox is about as underrated a tight end, pass catching tight end as there is? Nobody talks about him, and every week there he is in the end zone. Every week there he is making a big play. Yeah, I agree with you guys on everything on Indianapolis. So we're in sync here that they're the best team in that division.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you Tennessee isn't going to fall as far.
I'm
as
not.
everybody
I'm
thinks.
not quite there with Mo Alley Cox.
All right, that's fine. But you think they're the best team in their division?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to tell you, I don't think Tennessee's going to be as bad as everybody thinks.
Just like the Packers too, they're not going to be bad either.
Can I? Oh, yeah, that's another.
The Titans
one.
too.
There's
I'm like,
another
they're-
one
guys,
seed.
one seeds. I'm like, guys, they're not bad.
Let me explain something to people, and this is where, and JJ says this all the time, and he's so right. We get lost in this fantasy football world. Okay, wide receivers are really good. Okay, and wide receivers are essential to victory. Why every really good team now has a really, really exceptional wide receiver. But I will tell you that losing a wide receiver, I don't care if it's Tyreek Hill or Devontae Adams, is not going to destroy the team. If that's the piece you lose, it'll alter what you do. Is Aaron Rodgers going to miss Devontae Adams? Is Patrick Mahomes going to miss Tyreek Hill? Yeah, they both will. But let me tell you something. And I'll ask you the question again, and I know the answer, and so do you. Do you think Aaron Rodgers made Devontae Adams or Devontae Adams made Aaron Rodgers?
I think
the quarterback made the receiver. In both of those situations, now look, I'm not telling you that the wide receiver didn't make the quarterback better.
Quarterbacks help good wide receivers become great.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of good wide receivers out there that are stuck with terrible quarterbacks and never become.
Look how much better Brandon Cooks was when he was somewhere else, everywhere else than he is in Houston. Now I think Davis Mills is going to be.
Hey, he's the star of the with Davis Mills.
I think Davis Mills is going to be kind of a little
Marlon
bit of
Mack.
surprise this year, by the way. But that's another one.
I freaking love this.
Yeah. But
like you're at the Davis
you love
Mills
Davis
train.
Mills.
I am on the Davis Mills
I love
train.
how he doesn't believe in the Los Angeles Chargers, but he's all about Davis.
I didn't tell you he's going to the damn Super Bowl. I didn't tell you I don't even tell you he's going to the playoffs.
Boy, genius and star quarterback.
I didn't tell you
Davis
he's
Mills.
We'll get to Davis Mills. But your point on Green Bay is solid because Green Bay's vulnerable. You know why Green Bay is vulnerable? It's Green. Well, no. Hear me out. And you can tell me I'm wrong. But here's why Green Bay is vulnerable. They're not vulnerable because they lost Devontae Adams, because they still have Aaron Rodgers. They still have a pretty decent defense. They bulked up at different places. They're vulnerable because they scored 3 damn points at home in a playoff game against the 49ers and lost with Devontae Adams. That's why they're vulnerable. Do they know how to win the big game? And you're going, Jeff, I mean, they got the greatest quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Well, okay, but he's been to win Super Bowl. That, to me, they're not any more or less vulnerable because they lost Devontae Adams.
Well, that's also where are we going in the conversation? Are we talking about a team just making the playoffs, or are we
We're talking about what their expectations are. When we're talking about
point is with Green Bay, you're right there. Like they should be a top seed, even without Devontae Adams. Yeah. And then it comes down to, all right, you are setting yourself up to have that game. Are you going to believe you can win it?
I think we're having different conversations with different teams. So
Absolutely.
when we're talking about the
one thing with Tennessee too, well, I think there's an element of luck involved. Like they were good. They're also 2-1 in overtime games last year.
Okay,
they had a 2-point win over the Saints. They had a 3-point win like over the Texans.
Well, they did get beat by the Jaguars.
And so those are the little things in football where like year to year, 2 or 3 of those games, they just go against you.
100%.
And so I think Tennessee is good in terms of, hey, they're a team. They're going to be competing for a wild card spot. 7 teams make the postseason. That's a team I don't see a repeat of number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm buying into the same, like I'm not buying into them as I would be the Packers.
So Tennessee won't be 1 seed again. I just don't think they're going to fall out of the playoffs. I think we're having different conversations with different teams with different expectations. For Green Bay, who was the 1 seed in the NFC last year, and I mean, look at them, and they got Aaron Rodgers, not Ryan Tannehill. It's Super Bowl or bust for them, right? So we're having a different conversation than we are with the Vikings, who let's get them back into the playoffs, right? So we're having different conversations. To your point on close games, I saw a stat, and I'm not going to remember the exact number, but there's 30. It was like 37, 39, something crazy % of games that are one possession games. They're close games. Like, and I think it's even more so. Rocky and I had this conversation 20-something years ago when he was here. When I was saying you need a scholarship a kicker once every 3 years because 38% of games come down to 3 points or less, and you need to kick field goals. You need a guy who can do it. I'm not going to hold teams. I'm not going to hold it against a team in the National Football League for winning close games. Well, they played close games, Jeff. They won them. So I'm not going to look at margin of victory in how I decide how teams are in the NFL because I think teams in the National Football League are so close in talent.
Well, the point is, games like that, you can find yourself on the other end even if you're a good football team.
Easily. Yeah, and it happens every week, doesn't it? I mean, it happens every week. We're like, how? When we sit here every Monday and we quote our buddy Marty, who said it's a week-to-week league. And we're like, how did that team lose to that team? How did the Packers – or how did Tennessee lose to the Jaguars, right? Because it's the NFL. How many close games did Vikings lose last year?
Every single one of them.
Like, how many were one-possession games?
I think it was literally every single
right?
one of them.
And they can go either way. I mean, now you go back and say this one play swings it. So if you find a way to win, that's where I give advantages to guys like Belichick. And, you know, John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, right? That's where these really good coaches come into play and not Brandon Staley. Sean McVay. I mean, that's why coaches get paid so much money, too. I mean, if you go that's why I always, I don't know, when I see a big point spread, even when it's, you know, 1 seed versus the Texans, I kind of lean towards, give me the points, right? Give me the points. That doesn't always work, but. All right, 505-246-0610. You want me to read some emails when we come back?
Yes.
Chevin Cordero, San Jose State's quarterback at 8 o'clock this morning. IPS watches my home. I tell you this all the time because, well, I really believe in what they do. I know you've seen their vehicles all around town. And you're probably like, well, who are they? What are they? Are they the cops? No, they're private security. Private security who secure homes and businesses all around our community. Started back in 2006. Aaron Jones started this company providing security for homeowners up in Fort Hills. And here we are all these years later, and homeowners and business owners all over the city trust IPS to protect what they've worked so hard to build. Look, I go out of town relatively frequently and let them know. They pick up packages that are left on the curb. If I had a newspaper delivery, they'd get that. They roll the garbage cans to the curb and back. They've done things like my garage door was open one night, and they sit there until they call you. They let you know, make sure nobody breaks in until somebody comes and closes the garage door. They give you that sense of security. For about $5 a day, you can have private security. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. 505-8, let me give you the number, 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. Or go online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
5.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
I'm not really sure how this one slipped past us, but we missed celebrating the 30th anniversary of one of the greatest moments in American sports. It's now 30 years and 1 week ago today. Today's the 11th? 7 minus 11 is 4. Yeah, 1 week and 30 years ago today. One of the greatest. You remember it live, right?
Tell me what it is.
Nolan Ryan on the mound, pitching to the White Sox star Robin Ventura. Nolan Ryan goes high and tight and hits Robin Ventura. And Robin Ventura comes out and charges the mound. And at 26 years old, big, bad, tough Robin Ventura charges 46-year-old Nolan Ryan, who gets Robin Ventura in a headlock, and the 46-year-old man starts pounding on this 26-year-old kid who decided to charge him. Old man strength's real, by the way. Don't go after the old guys. Old guys, they're dirty. They got old man strength. Just saying.
I like that old man strength.
How did we miss that anniversary? I'm watching the video again. Like I can't get enough of watching that. 30 years and a week later. Watching it, he just kind of grabbed them in a headlock with his left arm and just kept drilling him with the right. It's one of the best moments ever. You never saw that video?
Well, I didn't see it live.
Well, I got that part. Yeah, no, I understand. But just because, like, I never saw Babe Ruth play live either, but I've seen video of it. There's stuff that I know. I didn't see
I just looked it up.
I didn't see Jackie Robinson play, but I've seen highlights. Like, I mean, okay.
It's a good one.
It's such a good one. All right, 505-246-06. And let me read you some emails that have come in this morning. Gene is in on Isotopes, who lost last night 5-1 to the first place Reno Aces. You have a new last place club in the PCL East this morning, Jeffy. Congrats, Albuquerque. It's your AAA franchise. Embarrassing. It's from Gene.
Dang.
Taking a look at the PCL standings this morning, the Isotopes are 13.5 games back and in fifth place out of the 5 teams in the Pacific Coast League East. They are now a half game behind Sugarland and 13.5 back of first place Oklahoma City, 10 games under 500. Back at it again today. And Mariachi Al Hurricane bobblehead all night on Friday at the ballpark. He's just telling you facts.
Yeah.
Not making anything up. All right, Gopher says, turn the beat around, Jeff. So if the NFL's plan all along was to suspend Deshaun Watson for a year, what was the purpose of the charade last week with Sue Robinson? It's from Gopher. So a lot of people feel this way, JJ, right? And I totally get where he's coming from. If they were going to go, the commissioner was going to do this or appoint his own guy anyway, what was the charade? And how did they somehow collectively bargain it where, all right, yeah, we'll bring in somebody else, but if the league or you don't like it, then we're going to get to where we want to get anyway.
Well, Sue Robinson was the one that came out in the report and said that they believe he assaulted 4 of the women.
No doubt.
They didn't have that before.
Yep. Yeah, no, but I don't know if that was the intent. That was a result of the investigation. But, yeah.
Yeah, it was a third-party investigation / going over all the evidence that was presented to Sue Robinson.
Yep. So where we're going to get, though?
Something did change. Before Sue Robinson's decision, it was just, he's settled 23 of these civil lawsuits.
Yeah, but there were still 4 out there.
Allegations.
Yeah.
No, not that there were 4 still out there. They said in this investigation, at least 4 of those women were assaulted. That was not said by anyone until
this came out.
Sue Robinson.
Yeah. Or this
which is a complete difference. If they didn't say that, this would still be 6 games.
But I think what he's saying is that's fine, but you're getting me 6 games, but that's not enough. You're still going. And what was that whole charade is what he said about if we're going to overrule her anyway. You're going to like the league wanted, and I think what JJ's telling you, Gopher, is the league now knows, or at least is convicted that they've got facts.
They got ground to stand on.
Yeah, and that's what came out of that. Yes,
because without that, it would still be 6 games.
I agree. Carl says, love the decision to breeze Deshaun Watson, Jeff. After sitting a year and a half, Browns need to bump him around a little bit to get him ready for whenever he does play. Pretty good chance he's playing tomorrow night. HB says, it amazes me, Jeffy Lube, that Watson is going to have to sit out more games than these college mercenaries who are at a different school every year. Why does that amaze you?
That's a dumb comment, dude.
Well, I guess I don't understand where you're coming from, HB. Why does that amaze you? So a guy who they're telling you
you shouldn't be transferring that much.
Is that so?
Yes.
Transferring is worse
You should be
than
sitting.
having proof that he non-violently sexually assaulted at least 4 women.
College athletics changed, man. And if you're not on board with it, then it's never coming back to you.
Yeah,
it's the harsh reality of the situation.
HB, I'm really, really struggling with your point here. Like, if you want to send me another note, why do you think a player who transfers should sit out longer than a player who there is now?
He doesn't want to see transfers.
I got it.
That's his point. He
But
wants
what did
these
that
guys to
player
not
do? What did
transfer.
that person do wrong when this guy is now they claim they have proof that he sexually assaulted at least 4 women? I'm struggling. Tellis just wants to vent. The taco special at the Golden Burrito place, it was $3.79 3 years ago. It's now $5.99. It no longer comes with a drink. That costs extra. What the hell? Inflation, bro. I don't know. I mean,
Cost of taco shells went up.
I'm gonna
Cost
guess,
of everything went
I'm
up.
going to guess the meat and the cheese did too. Yeah, and the labor. Tellis also wants to talk about NIL. So when students start driving around on campus over the next 10 days, how's it going to go when they see the football star driving around in a new NIL-covered black $80,000 2023 Volvo Hybrid? Heck, how's that going to fly with the envious professors, the grad students who are already crying that they need a union? You go like it's always gone, man. I mean, what do you want to do? So they're going
You should be happy if you had a football player good enough to get that deal right now. The best you got is Luke Weissong Burrito Bowl.
Burrito Bowl.
That's 80s.
Dude's eating for free. Yeah.
Shout out to Jane Edwards, Luke Weissong. Best NIL deals with Sadie's.
Ooh.
Right in my alley.
All the nachos,
Nachos.
you want.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Lobo Hobo wants to know about the offensive line, Jeff. Remember on this award-winning show 12 months ago, it looked like the offensive line was the best unit on Lobo football, coming out of the bubble and everyone back but Saltis. Kyle Stapley was hyped as an All-America candidate. A few months later, they were thrown under the bus with a 3-9 record. I don't know if they're going to be any good or not. I know there's 19 dudes out there.
Wasn't Stapley hurt all year?
He was hurt all year, yeah. He was hurt all year. And he wasn't good last year.
That's
He was
what we
hurt.
call reality.
Yeah.
Like when reality hits you in the face. You can be excited about something. It's all the conversations you have. Like, oh, this is awesome. I love this guy.
Ooh, then reality.
And then you
hits.
see it and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Everybody's great this time of year. You know that. Their culture is great. They worked hard. Isn't that what you guys tell me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was surprised by the offensive line last year. I was surprised that Jason Lensmeyer, who's the offensive line coach, who's had incredible success throughout his career, not only as a player but as a coach. And like we all were surprised last year, Lobo Hobo, at that offensive line. That is the key to them being better this year. You can tell me quarterback play all you want. I thought you had a good quarterback last year, whether you guys believe that or not.
It's offensive line.
That offensive line let them down.
They were so bad.
Yeah. And there was a lot of injuries, and they just weren't that good. Dan wants the main mini scout, Jeffrey and Juan Jose Yana Maria. I'm dying for footy, so while we're waiting for the official report, here's what I was able to find out about the Black Bears. Lobos play Maine on September 3rd. Maine felt they were headed in the right direction in 2021 at 6-5, and then their coaching staff was plucked. Black Bears, they're not Black Bears, although those exist. Black Bears feel they had a great recruiting class, which will add a veteran offensive roster. This is not Houston Baptist. They'll put up a major fight against Lobo football, but Maine is probably a year away defensively from being able to travel cross-country and win at University Stadium from Dan. That's a good start. Marie will get you the rest of it the week of the game. You know you're on the main scout, right?
Oh, I'm on it.
Yeah, that kind of comes with
from this season.
Yeah, it kind of comes with that seat.
Yes, I love doing that.
From this season, she says. I'll get you this year's players and coaches.
I actually should do research
give me
from past
something I
season
can use
so
for
I
crying
can
out loud.
answer trivia questions.
Give me something I might be able to use. Maybe, please. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Field of Dreams game tonight. Is that something you're into? You going to watch that? Have you watched any Little League stuff, too?
Oh, I love the Little League stuff.
I love it, too.
Great to gamble on it.
Is it really? Are you gambling on Little League?
No, because I live in a state where I can't gamble from my phone.
How do we change that?
Shut down casinos, but we can't do that.
Is it voting for the right person or something?
No, it's casinos.
All right.
Well, it seems like they would want to have mobile apps get involved with it. Would that benefit them?
Yeah.
However, all right, we'll do that. Chevin Cordero, San Jose State's coach, their quarterback, coming up at 9 o'clock. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Kind of bouncing around the NFL this morning. Just random NFL stuff. You're going to get a couple of games tonight. You can watch football tonight. How's Mac Jones look? We'll have that conversation
Jones
tomorrow.
isn't playing.
He isn't playing tonight? There was a report that he was. All right. How did, who's their backup? It's not Jared Stidham.
The report is Pat's quarterback Jones expected to sit versus Giants.
All right. Then I saw it different, or read it differently, however I saw it. All right, so no Mac
But who
Jones.
do get stuck with? Oh, Bailey Zappi.
Oh, see? There you go.
There we
rookie.
go.
Yeah. Western
Who
Kentucky.
Transferred from, who did the FCS team the Lobos started out last year with?
Houston Baptist.
Houston Baptist.
So, and he didn't have to sit out a year like Deshaun Watson. I mean, how can he not? Sorry.
Because that was a big thing. Houston Baptist lost the OC, lost Bailey Zappi.
To Western Kentucky.
To Western Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah. So a guy we almost got to see, but
you
didn't see.
better learn this guy's name. Because Bailey Zappi, in a year and a half, is going to be the quarterback that everyone is drooling over. Oh my gosh, he's a backup in New England. We got to get this guy on our football
Because
team.
every backup in New England who goes out and throws one touchdown pass is going to be the next guy. I get it. Text line says Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Greg Jennings, James Jones, number 12, has been making average receivers seem great his whole career and will again this year. Talking about Aaron Rodgers.
James Jones, New Mexico Bowl veteran?
Right. New Mexico
alum?
Bowl, he was not the MVP. Adam Trefalis was. But a New Mexico Bowl alum, New Mexico Bowl number 1, the very first one in 2006. That's my point, and I agree with the texter on this, 2518. What?
It's like they're stormtroopers.
Yeah, yep. How else do you identify a texter?
You just read the text.
Yeah, all right.
You read their whole number out loud? No, I'm just kidding.
Fire code.
That's so funny.
I agree with that. Look, this is my thing with Green Bay. They're going to be nice. I'm not worried about Green Bay in the regular season. But after last year, yeah, I'm gonna question them when we get to the playoffs. And at some point, when do you say, man, can Aaron Rodgers still win the big game? I'm just asking. How can you say that, Jeff? And he does hallucinogenics in South America, and yeah, that's great, man, and that's cool. And he sees life, and actually, he's a pretty good golfer too. Seems like a dude you might enjoy hanging out with on the golf course.
What do
and
you
having a
want your
beer.
quarterback to do in the off season? Play Call of Duty, or doing hallucinogenics in a foreign
And
country?
yoga and all kinds of
Or eating
stuff.
avocado ice cream and playing celebrity golf. What do you want? I mean, how do you want it? Whatever wins, man. Whatever wins. Okay. This text or what was this? This was on the text line. I totally agree with him. I think they're going to be really good. I think Green Bay's going to be really good again. I just don't. The two teams that were both really good, Kansas City and Green Bay, they're pretty much intact, right? They both lost their best receiver.
Green Bay has been good because of what Aaron Rodgers was supposedly complaining about in the past. Is you never drafted me a first round wide receiver, never doing this, never doing
But all
that.
that other stuff?
We got really good defense. There's some offensive line injuries you got to watch out for. Same thing in Tampa Bay. But everyone sees Aaron Rodgers makes everyone look amazing at times offensively.
All right, when we return, we're talking college football. We'll continue our tour around the Mountain West Conference. Chevan Cordero is a name that you've become familiar with in the league. He won the New Mexico Bowl with Hawaii 2 years ago in 2020. This year, he will be in San Jose. He'll be the Spartans quarterback. A conversation with Chevan Cordero next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We'd like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bond.
Going around the Mountain West Conference over the last couple of weeks, talking to coaches, players, getting you ready for football. Lobos open up on September 3rd. San Jose State was 5-7 last year, missed out on a bowl opportunity by 1 game. And Brent Brennan, JJ, we both believe has done a really nice job at San Jose State, correct?
It's done a fantastic job.
Program that's been tough to sustain success, and you heard from Brent Brennan. They're interesting now. They are, if they stay healthy, they're good defensively, and they've got a quarterback transfer from within the league, Chevin Cordero, who comes over from Hawaii, who had success, who was a winner. They won the New Mexico Bowl. He played a huge part in the 28-14 win over Hawaii in 2020.
I like Chevin Cordero a lot. He might not be one of the most polished passers, but as a college quarterback, his dual threat ability, he is a playmaker. Has to make a huge impact for San Jose State.
Here's a conversation JJ and I had in Las Vegas with San Jose State quarterback Chevin Cordero.
San Jose State's quarterback is a familiar face in the Mountain West Conference. Chevin Cordero joins us, the former Hawaii quarterback, now San Jose State quarterback. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So you run around Media Day, and for those listening, it comes to the end of the day, right? You've done this. I'm going to guess, I could probably guess the question you've been asking us, but what is the one question over and over and over and over?
Why I transferred to San Jose State.
Right. And you're a Hawaii kid. I mean, was the decision tough for you to transfer? Todd Graham leaves. There was obviously a lot of friction in that program. I'm not asking you to get into all that, but your decision, I'm going to guess it wasn't easy.
Oh, yeah. No, you can even ask my friends, my family. I mean, they did not see me leaving the island. I couldn't see myself. If you tell me 4 years ago if I wouldn't be in Hawaii, then I wouldn't believe you. It's been crazy. It's been difficult, but I mean, the transition was good. I mean, they opened me with open arms. I mean, they're family. I love the culture. I love Coach Brennan, and it's been fun.
When you decided to leave, and again, that's your personal reasons, did you know where you were going, or was it wide open?
I mean, it was wide open. But when San Jose State hit me up, I played against them the past 3 years, so I knew what they had. I knew what kind of Coach Brennan was. I knew they had talent, and I knew that, they had a chance to win the Mountain West. So, it was a no-brainer for me.
You had a lot of success at Hawaii, and being a kid from Hawaii, I know that means a lot. When you look back at your time and your pride, and maybe it's a better question to ask you in 15 years from now, but what will you think of your time there?
I mean, I loved it over there. I mean, like I said, the reason why I left wasn't because of the fans. I love the fans. they brought the energy every game day. I love my teammates, and I mean, I had a fun time over there, and I mean, I didn't take it for granted. I'm grateful for my 4 years that I had at UH, and I'm glad that I'm at San Jose State now.
What excites you most about this new opportunity for you?
I mean, it's a new me. I mean, I get to. I mean, I'm wearing a different number 2 now, and I mean, I always had a chip on my shoulder, but I get to prove everybody wrong again. All the doubters, and I mean, I just can't wait to go to battle with my new brothers, and it's gonna be a fun season.
What are you focusing on personally? Of course, team success is important, but yourself, when you take the field this year, what are some of your keys for your game?
I mean, I just want to follow the script. I want to do what I can to win. Whether it's, I mean, well, during the off season, I focused on the things I had problems with, was whether my accuracy, getting my shoulder back to 100%, and I mean, I feel like I just want to show that, I mean, I'm the top quarterback in this division. You know, I've been at the bottom lately, and I mean, I feel like this season is my season, and I have a lot to prove.
Chevan Cordero's with us. Just said some pretty big words right there. The top quarterback in this division, only because there's some good quarterbacks in this league, and I'm not saying you can't be at the top. You really can, but you're playing for a coach who's had a lot of quarterback success. You're playing at a place where there's been a lot of quarterback success. So is that the right formula for everything for you to get back to the top?
Oh, yeah, Coach Brennan's a good coach, and Coach McGivern's a good OC, and I feel like they've done good in spring ball. They coached me. It was easy to pick up the scheme, and I just like being the mindset, just having the mindset of being the top quarterback. I'm not downgrading Jake. I'm not downgrading all the other quarterbacks. I feel like you just gotta have that mindset. I mean, if you don't have that mindset that you want to be the best, I mean, why are you playing in college football? So I mean, I feel like. I mean, that's my mindset. I want to be the best, and I mean, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be some fun games this season.
100%. What does Chevan Cordero do for fun when you're not playing football? What makes you smile?
Well, back home, I used to go to the beach, go in the water, play some spike ball. But up here, just chilling with my roommates, spending time with my teammates, just play volleyball. We do anything. I mean, up here is just it's family. It's one big family. I just want one thing. I love the culture on the team, where everyone's together, and I mean, that's why I came here.
Growing up in Hawaii, what's the football culture like? Because we're seeing so many more players, come to the mainland, big names, but then of course, the University of Hawaii, all you guys there. What's the culture like just when it comes to football?
I mean, the culture in Hawaii for football. I mean, I feel like that's the sport on the island. Everybody loves football, no matter where you're from. I feel like everyone, no matter who you are, people are gonna know you because you play football for UH. And I mean, that's why you gotta just be able to represent yourself well. And yeah.
Chevan Cordero is with us. It's a difference, mainland life to living on the island. Is there a big difference other than the time change?
Other than time change, it's probably got to be driving on the freeway.
Yeah. Especially in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Back home, people are like the speed limit is like 50. Over here, people are driving like 70. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's probably the biggest difference.
All right, and before I let you go, so we've had a lot of New Mexico Bowl alumni here today, and you played the game in Frisco, and I may have already given you that, but memories of that. You say you got to beat the best, and you guys played a Houston team that came in that was really cocky, and I only bring this up partially selfishly, but when I've heard guys talk about being underdogs, and this league for so long has been an underdog league. When you beat Houston that day, and nobody really gave you a chance, talk a little bit about what that meant to you as a football player, and how you build on something like that.
Hey, whenever you're the underdog and you pull up an upset like that, I mean, it makes you realize like all the hard work paid off. And I mean, that game, like we were going in underdogs, and I mean, we wanted to win. We wasn't gonna leave the bowl game without a win. So I mean, we tried everything we did, and I mean, we came out with the W, and those are some fun times.
Good to
for
see you
sure.
smile.
Yeah.
Best of luck, man.
Thank you.
Have fun on this new Chevy Cordero, as you just said.
Thank you.
This is the Sports Animals Big Voice Guy.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors.
Hawaii. The way the locals out there say Hawaii. Going to be in San Jose and probably going to make a difference for the San Jose State Spartans. That division's tough. Fresno State, San Diego State, San Jose State. We'll see what Nevada is. That's the one, JJ. We came out of there, both you and I don't think we have an idea what Nevada is.
No idea.
Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, Adrian. Glad you're with us this morning on 95.9 FM. An AM 610, the sports animal. He's going to follow the spirit, is what he said. Chevin Cordero. Good spot for him. Good spot for him. Hey, I didn't know this. Lobo Hobo says, do you remember how the producer scout came about? So you're going to do the main scout, and Bobcat last year was in your chair. You did the Sam Houston scout, but I guess I didn't. JJ, do you remember how it came about?
No.
According to Lobo Hobo, legend has it, since you already had like 3 or 4 jobs, and JJ had about 3 or 4 jobs, a caller suggested that Mike Lamonde do it, and that way she'd stay home instead of staying out until 3 or 4 in the morning and then
For real?
staggering into the studio. I mean, maybe.
Wow.
What Lobo Hobo said. So instead of giving her incentive maybe to not go out one night, she'd stay home and do the scout. She didn't go out every night. Her friends all didn't work mornings.
Yeah. It's a different life when you work nights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here
I
you
used to
are.
live that life.
Well, I used to anchor the evening news.
Yeah, it's way different.
That's a different. I didn't know an alarm clock. Only time I woke up to an alarm clock was when I had a tea time. 100% truth. I would get up at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, stumble out. I think I was into a soap opera at the time. Watch a soap opera, take a shower, grab a sandwich, and go to work. About 1 o'clock, noon.
By the way, I forgot to tell you this when Kyle and I played at Sleda before I went to Denver.
Yeah.
Big fans of the sports animal.
Beautiful.
Just to let you know, all the guys there, they talked you and JJ up.
Appreciate them.
Yeah.
How do you like the golf course?
They love your coverage of the Lobos.
Sweet.
Just to let you know.
Well, that's good.
That was a tough course.
Did you? Would you play Mesa Lakes?
I don't know which ones I played.
They have
We played
3 nines
18.
there. Yeah, they have 3 nines out there. It's
The
in pretty good
grass
shape,
was
huh?
thick. Oh, it's beautiful.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was a tough course for me.
Yeah, I think the greens are fair. They're tricky though, huh? Everything tilts towards that
Gosh,
river.
I was like, dang.
Everything goes towards that river, no matter what it looks like, and the river is right there, so it's got a pretty good pull to it.
Yeah.
How'd you play?
Frustrating day. Oh, I played bad that day.
How'd Kyle play?
He played good. He's been playing good.
Actually, I'd probably due for another round out there pretty soon.
Let us know.
All right, but I didn't know that's what the email device says. The text line this morning says Isotopes promo for Al Hurricane Jr. Doing the pregame concert. Al and I graduated from Highland in 1976. Good guy, grew up in the same area. Props to us old folks, says Terry. Okay. Props to you old folks.
Highland Hornet, huh?
Yeah.
Terry's a Highland Hornet?
Yeah, that's what it says right there.
Wow.
John says Aaron Rodgers is a fantastic quarterback, and Green Bay is at least a 10-win team, but boy, Rodgers is one strange Zen-type dude, according to the text machine. Okay? Look, we're all different, right? We're all a little different. He might be a little more different than some of y'all. But, yeah, no, it's now that it's coming out and what he's doing and what he's done, and, yeah, he's a little different. I don't know the right way, man. You tell me. Seems like there's a lot of ways to do things, as a guy told me on the golf course, right? A lot of ways to do things. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. JJ told you Mac Jones is expected to not play for the Patriots against the Giants today. There's going to be some interesting stuff to watch, though, this week. I think the Steelers situation at quarterback with Trubisky and Pickett and Mason Rudolph, word coming out yesterday is it's a done deal. Trubisky's won that job.
It has to be a done deal.
I agree with you.
It's a worst case scenario for the Steelers. Like, you know what? Mitch Trubisky's making Mason Rudolph look pretty good. We've been there and done that with Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, no, Mason Rudolph isn't the guy. And good for Mason Rudolph that he's still hanging around and still has a job. I mean, honestly, like, to me, that's the biggest surprise there is not that he's given Mitchell Trubisky a run. It's that he still has a job.
He still has a head.
Fair enough. The helmet came off. The head wasn't in it. The other one's going to be...
It's not one of the craziest things we've seen. And it's just like, it's just another day. Myles Garrett just swinging a helmet at a quarterback.
Wow. That's what Myles Garrett will always be remembered for me for. Is as good as he is.
Like, wait, what?
And he's really good. Dude ran in there and took the man's head off. Carolina, watching what's going on there. Now, reports yesterday were, as it should be again, that Baker Mayfield has a decided advantage in this competition, could be decided by next week, that him and Sam Darnold, but I think Matt Rule wants to see them playing a game. Don't you?
Yeah.
So Carolina will play this weekend. I'm going to guess you're going to see both quarterbacks. They will play Washington, the Commanders. Does it still feel weird to you? Washington Commanders?
Yes.
Feel like a USFL team to you?
Yes.
I mean, the NFL's been around, but it took a while.
I like the Washington football team better.
I did too.
My dad is a Commanders fan, and he just can't let go of the old name.
Yeah.
He just can't let it go.
So the you're allowed to say it. I mean,
The Redskins,
right?
He refuses to buy like Commander stuff. He's just like, he supports his team. He's loyal, but he's like, I just can't. That's what it's in my head. Like
Yeah.
that's my whole life.
Well, that's been your whole life. I was up in Farmington, and there is a parallel here, please. A week ago Friday, 2 weeks ago now, the team who won it, Midland, out of Ohio, is the Midland Redskins. That's the name of their team. And they still use the logo. They are still called the Midland Redskins. We did the game for CBS Sports, and CBS asked us not to say Redskins. And Kirk, who I did the game with, did say Redskins a number of times. I opted. They asked me not to. I didn't. But it's. I don't know. How do you feel about that? That there's. Is this still a thing? I guess it's not because Washington got rid of it, right?
Right.
But yeah, the longtime fans. It's just. It is what it is, man. It's change. It's like everything else. I mean, it's like your college football. It's your transfer portal. It's an expansion team. St. John's used to be the Red Men. Now they're the Red Storm, right? There's still high school teams. Probably there's still the Indians. I know there are. Do we have any?
I'm thinking about the schools here.
Are we kind of beyond the Braves, the Chiefs, or is that still? Are we still going after them? What?
I think just.
How else do you want me to say it?
Feels like we are.
Okay. Anyway, I was just the Washington football team. I liked football team better. I did. All right, Dallas and Denver will play this weekend. It is you get the Cowboys against the Broncos. That game is Saturday night. It'll be on the NFL Network if you want to watch it. The Raiders play Sunday afternoon on the NFL Network. They play the Vikings. The Rams and Raiders go at each other Saturday night. Everything eventually will be on the NFL Network. But if you're looking for your specific team, everybody goes San Francisco, Green Bay is interesting, Arizona, Cincinnati, the Jets, and Philadelphia. So tonight you get two games if you want them. You get the New York Football Giants against New England, Tennessee, and Baltimore. Is the Giants situation the worst quarterback situation in the league? They got Daniel Jones. They didn't re-sign him. I guess if he goes nuts, they can try to re-sign him. He's just trying to stay in the league, right? I mean, who's got the worst quarterback situation in the league?
Seattle.
Fair enough. Drew Lock and
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Okay. Fair enough. And after that, is it the Giants?
Yes.
I don't know if he's the worst quarterback. It just feels like it's the worst quarterback situation.
Tyrod Taylor is a good NFL backup.
All right, that's great.
And Taylor,
that's better than the Houston Texans. Because after Davis Mills, it's Kyle Allen and Jeff Driscoll. Every time quarterback situation.
And your headliner is Davis Mills.
Give me
Get
the
you a
New
Davis
York
Mills
Giants.
jersey, Jeff. Your fantasy football team should be after Davis Mills this year. The name.
So I might hit Davis Mills with my last round pick.
Sheesh.
Is that bad?
No.
I mean, they're going to be behind. They're going to throw a lot, right?
Hmm?
What do you want from them?
We don't know who starting quarterbacks are for a couple teams in general.
I mean,
not that it matters.
I think it's him. Hello, John. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Excellent.
doing?
What's happening?
Okay. I just want to comment on the Washington Commanders. You know, it still doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Nor does the Cleveland Guardians.
Ooh, that one? Yeah, that's different too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the Major League, the movie with the Tribe. You know, it is what it is. And my brother married into the Cherokee tribe from Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got some great kids, and they're great. They're awesome. And I was talking to one of his daughters when we were visiting them, and I asked her the question about, are you offended by Washington being called the Redskins? And she said no. And everybody, I don't know if everybody knows this, but they were named after the first coach they had, who happened to be Native American, and that's hence their name. And it's in football lore, as long with the tribe too, Cleveland Indians. And I asked her, she goes, if you aren't Indian, then you don't have a say-so. And that's how she put it.
Say that
Native
again. If
American.
you aren't Indian, is that what you said?
Yeah, she said if you're not an Indian, you don't have a say-so. She goes, we're not offended. I think it's great.
It's a
Kind of
broad
like a
brush.
badge of courage.
Yeah, John, you're painting with a broad brush. And there are some.
No, that was my niece.
Yeah.
That said it.
Yeah, there are some many who are not offended, and there are some who are. And so.
Yeah, I agree, but come on, man.
All right. No, I appreciate you, John. Thanks.
Everybody is so, I don't know, sensitive about all this stuff, and I'm just sick and tired of it. America is it's not the same America, man.
Well,
Things change, I know, I get it.
Yeah, it's certainly different. No, I appreciate the call. Look, we've had this conversation a lot now. Would you name a team the Redskins now? I don't think you would. Would you name the Darkskins, the whatever? Pick your stereotype. And gosh, we expired this. I mean, exhausted it. I asked you this question a while ago. If someone's offended, is it offensive? Right? How do you tell someone what to be offended by or what not to be offended by? Now, I mean, ease up, It's not for me to say. And so he's right. If you're not Native American, I mean, do you have a say? I don't know. I mean, is it offensive to me? Once I start thinking about it, would I opt to name a team that now? I know where it came from. I understand back in the day. And the other part of it is you name teams after mighty, usually team names, or at least back in the day, they were named respectfully, right? The Giants, the Bulldogs, the Eagles, the War, right? After big, it was kind of out of respect, right?
Yes.
And it's evolved to where, well, that's not out of respect. You're mocking them, and it's not for me to say. And John, I get it, and we've heard from and spoken with a litany of Native Americans who, by the way, not only weren't offended, that was their favorite team, but some were, and so here we are. I don't know. Do you want any more of this?
Well, there's nothing to discuss anymore because they are no longer that. They're the Washington Commanders.
Yeah. Does it sound different? Does it sound, when the Jaguars came in, it was weird because you never heard of the Jaguars before. Took a minute for you to, Carolina Panthers is an expansion team. That's an NFL team. Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, Orlando Magic, they're an and then you just get used to it. It'll become part of your vernacular. It just will. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Guardians beat the Tigers last night, by the way. 3-2.
Did Adrian tell you that the Aztecs are changing their mascot?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, to the Jaguars.
What?
That's what Adrian just texted me. I wasn't sure if this was breaking news. And
No. What?
Just wanted to let you know.
I don't think that's
right.
right.
As we are on this topic.
I don't think that's right.
I just want to let you know.
Yeah, I don't think
we'll
that's
have to
right.
do some research on this break.
Yeah, all right. Here's something I do know. NewMail's helped thousands of men all over the country. NewMail has helped men all over the country feel better. Numel uses leading testosterone replacement to help men feel better and stronger, taking care of fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction. Now Numel can help women as well as men with hair restoration. They lead the way in hair restoration, does Numel. 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. Or go to Numel, that's NUMALE.com. Look, you have options at Numel, and they're all wonderful. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle. It stops hair loss and helps you regrow hair. There's an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to regrow hair, and a NeoGraft hair transplant which produces natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. It works for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair without side effects. Here's Numel's number here in Albuquerque, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688, or online at newmail.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated, with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
KNML.
All right, let's go to the phones, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Got a couple lines open. We just saw a lot of NFL today. Just a lot of different NFL stuff, players, predictions, thoughts, wherever you want to go. So let's hit it. Hello, John. Good morning.
Hey, Jeff, this is the other John.
Hello, other John.
Yeah, not the one you guys just talked to before the commercial
no, I get
break.
that. I get that.
I don't know where he was going with the Native American thing, but oh boy. Anyway, I understand, but I just wanted to chime in. I know it's not the topic of today, but the passing of the greatest announcer for the LA Dodgers, Mr. Vince Scully.
Yep.
And man, I got to tell you, bro, I was 10 years old, 1970, and my dad would take me and my other brother to Sunday Dodger games at, Dodger Stadium, and man, we'd be sitting there in the left field pavilion with an AM Radio Shack, little radio, listening to Vin call the game. He's up in the booth, behind home plate, way up there, and man, that dude's voice, the dude loved, breathed, lived baseball. I mean, he would have a story about pretty much every player, either on the Dodgers side or whoever they were playing. And the guy was just phenomenal, man. And, yeah, I was kind of saddened. I thought, wow, man, he made it to 94, but he was the best.
Ever. Yep, no doubt.
Man, he was so good, bro.
Yeah.
And he was just a likable dude, man. He knew baseball. He knew a lot of things, but baseball, man, that dude, he was the voice of the LA Dodgers, period.
He was the voice of
baseball. Yeah, and then who'd we get after that?
You had
Bill Russ.
No, you had guys working with him like Jerry Doggett and Ross Porter.
Yeah, Jerry Doggett. Yeah.
You had good ones.
Yeah.
Really good ones. All right. No, it's
Yeah,
good,
man.
John. Yeah, it will never be anything like him, man. There'll never be anything like him.
Yeah, man.
All
So
right.
I just wanted to say it's sad that he passed, but God rest his soul. And you guys, as always, huge day. You guys are doing great. Love you guys, and we will talk to you probably tomorrow.
All right, John. See ya. I appreciate it. Huge day. Hello, Jared. What's happening?
Hey, good morning. My son and I were just talking about life, and he's just at that age where he's very impressionable and he's trying to figure out how to fit in this world. And he made a comment like, from what he sees, he's like, humanity, it's just like a lost cause. And I started showing him, I'm like, let's watch a Yankee game or let's watch this. And little by little, over the week after he said that, it's kind of corny, but to be honest, sports fans got it right. We have it right. Like, we know how to conduct ourselves. We know how to solve problems. If a player on a team isn't performing, we hold them accountable. Forget politics, but if we applied the same type of passion and pragmatism and just problem solving that we apply to sports, if we applied that as a country, our country would not be in this polarizing view, whichever side you're on, and we'd all be getting along. We get along at sports events. We don't get into. I mean, there's always a couple bad apples, but overall, and we get on our players like, hey, you're not performing, and it's constructive and it's kind of tongue in cheek, and we have fun with it. But we know how to conduct ourselves, and it's like if we applied that same type of kind of human behavior to politics, man, our country could just really take off. And and my son was like, that's right, Dad. I see what you're saying. And what I'm trying to say is, even though you guys are just talking sports, you're doing more for our country and the harmony of our country than all the political talk shows, if that makes sense. So anyway, thank you. And, you guys were talking about this backup quarterback and this or that, and we talked totally candid about that stuff, and no feelings get hurt. But when it
Sometimes
comes to
they do.
politics or laws, we lose our mind.
Yeah, if you have a different
And we get
opinion,
nothing
yeah.
done.
No, that's good.
Exactly.
No, Jared, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. That's a good lesson for your son, too. That's actually really cool. We're doing great stuff for the country. See?
America.
But is it whacked that I followed him on that? Like
no.
What? we can disagree when we talk about, well, it's just games, Jeff. It's not life and death. Thank you. And we do offend people, by the way, when we talk sports. I think you take it a little too far. But
I'm very emotional. I know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've always said sports is a microcosm of life.
There's a lot of lessons you learn playing sports growing up. And accountability. It's important.
It's good. Hello, David.
I would happen to disagree with the last caller, but then more agree with the caller 2 callers ago. The reason the name change is an issue is because of political correctness. And the guy who said that changing the name because of protest is correct, when then somebody said, oh, it's not an issue because, you know, the Redskins have changed to the Commanders and the Indians changed to the whatever the heck they are, Guardians, it came up as an issue because there's high school teams going on as Redskins, and the political pressure is, well, should we change that? And ultimately, the Brave conversation, the Chiefs conversation, the Blackhawks, Detroit, most people don't know that Detroit is named after an Indian tribe. So are the Seminoles. So are the Utes. The question is, when is it okay? And my problem with the Cleveland change is the Indian name wasn't the problem. It was the logo that was the problem. That said, as a parallel that somebody says, what the heck are you talking about Scotland for? Scotland had a vote for ultimately separation from the United Kingdom because Scotland didn't like the United Kingdom dealing with Brexit. They had a 40% vote that was in favor of separation. Turns out that's a big percentage of their population, but you know what happened? It didn't pass the threshold. And many people surveyed the Indian population and found only 20% of the native population disagreed with the Redskin name.
I think
if you exclude Hispanics, whites, Jews as complaining about the name change and just limit it to Native Americans, then it would have been a low threshold, like 20% versus 80%. JJ, once hearing that number, said, well, 20% is significant enough. And I'm like, okay, that's the question. When is it significant enough to then raise the hackles to then change a name? But the main reason I'm calling is my long shot bet for the Super Bowl is Detroit Chargers. So Lions, Chargers in the Super Bowl.
Whoa. All right, that's a long shot. All right, no, David, thank you. There's a lot there, and I appreciate it. Lions and Chargers and Bears. Oh, my. Chargers. Are the Chargers a long shot? What are the Chargers' odds? By the way, on the Aztec thing that Adrian hit, so the Aztecs are keeping their name, San Diego State, but they are going to change the identity of the mascot, okay? So they're going to not have the Aztec mascot anymore. And I'm looking, there was a big identity task force, and what are they doing? So I'm looking through all kinds of stuff, to your point. They're going to find a different mascot. Now, is that the Jaguar? I didn't see that. I'm looking at stuff from, I can't find anything super recent, but they're keeping the name, but not the mascot. And their logo is the SD with the spear. So,
best helmets in the league.
I think that's right. Somebody was in my office the other day looking at the San Diego State helmet. Oh, I've never seen it up close. It's actually really, really cool. It actually is kind of cool. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll wrap this thing up when we come back. You still have time to get in. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors.
Sports. And look, there's exceptions to everything, right? But Jeremy says that's all we needed, Little League parents fighting with the refs to be in elected positions. Did it with the middle-aged woman that had lots of plastic surgery sitting behind the bench, yelling profanities at LeBron. Don't we already have that? Take the good with the bad, I imagine. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Jeremy also said, when are the OD Mountain West Conference over-unders, Jeff? After hearing these interviews, how do you not go over on everyone? By the way, keep this in mind. 2 squads with the most question marks, Hawaii, Nevada, and neither finds their way onto the Lobo football schedule. That's right. When are we doing the over-unders?
It's got to be within the next 2 weeks or a 0 week.
And we'll do the Aggies as well. All right, so we'll put those together. We'll do it towards the end of next week. We are lining up for you on your football weeks now. Danny Gonzalez is going to be with us on Mondays. I did confirm yesterday that Jerry Kill, New Mexico State's football coach, will join us regularly on Tuesday mornings. It'll probably be at 7:15, so it'll be early in the show. He's got meetings that start at 7:30, so probably that 7:15 second segment of the show on Tuesdays. We'll do New Mexico State football. I do believe Jerry Palm's going to come back with us on Thursdays. We've got Sebastian on Wednesdays. So really looking to put together a solid, fun football season schedule for you that'll bring you, I think, just stuff that conversation that maybe you won't get anywhere else, or even if you do, you know where you're going to get it here, and just informative stuff that you care about as we go through football season.
Football on lock on the opening drive.
All right. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. You gonna watch the Field of Dreams tonight? That's the Cubs and Reds tonight? Is that a big deal for you?
What's a big deal in the Reds household?
I live in a Reds household,
All right.
so we will be watching it.
It is a great atmosphere.
It's so fun.
Terrible teams. Terrible baseball teams.
Yeah.
Reds and Cubs. Okay. That's why they're doing it on Thursday night.
I
not
mean,
like Sunday
are you
night
gonna?
baseball.
Preseason NFL or Field of Dreams games?
Or Little League.
The Little League is great.
Yeah, the Little League's great.
All the above, by the way. Multi-screen.
I watch preseason NFL. I will watch a little of that. I look at it in it is what it is. It's a cute baseball game. I was watching some of the MLB Network yesterday, and they're breaking it down. And who's going to have the moment? And who's going to... I'm like, come on, man. It's too bad teams playing in a cute field in Iowa. Like, are we really breaking this game down more than we're breaking down any other Reds-Cubs game that would... But we are, because they're hyping it up, and it's the MLB Network, and I get it. But let me find the Dodgers and Twins somewhere, because the Dodgers have won 10 in a row. By the way, Joey Gallo now.
Get out of here. Like, it's the Dodgers. I'm so tired of everything that they do being amazing.
It's bonkers.
Like, you put on a Dodgers uniform, and you can go from single A to an MVP candidate. It is unbelievable. They're like, yeah, we'll trade for Joey Gallo because he can't hit in New York. Pinch hit 3-run homer last night.
3-run homer in the 7th. They were down early, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Because, all right, Chris Taylor's going to come up and hit a home run to put them ahead. And then their run differential is plus 236. They've scored 236 more runs than their opposition. They are 77-33, which is 44 games above 500. They're 16 games clear of the Padres, and they have won 10 in a row. Oh, by the way, Buehler's not active, and Kershaw's not active.
We need Mets-Dodgers in LCS.
We may get
like
Mets
Dodgers.
Yeah.
I don't need no wacky, hey, out of nowhere, here's the wild card to the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't want to see that mess right now. I love the small markets. I'm for you. I want to see that Dodgers offense face Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer.
The Mets are 77-39, which is or 73-39, which is basically 6 games. It would be 6 games behind the Dodgers, but still really, really good. They're 7 games clear of the Braves, and they've won 6 in a row, and they're scoring runs at a pretty good clip, but they're pitching so good. You know, I know everybody, and this is so old school. When you go into the playoffs, well, pitching wins, and that's 100% right. I'm not certain I believe starting pitching is the key, because if you get a good quality start out of DeGrom or Scherzer, they're going into the 6th or 7th inning, and I'm watching both of these teams win late inning games, meaning I'm watching Joey Gallo come off the bench at the 7th inning off of a bullpen pitcher. Who's got the best bullpen? And to me,
yeah,
I mean that's where these things are going to be won now. It's at the back end.
That's the way we've really seen it going. But we're talking about dudes that are going 7-8 innings.
Yeah, but are you going to do that? So in the playoffs, in the postseason, where you want to run them on short rest, right? Are you running them to 112 pitches, 110 pitches?
Yeah, in that series, absolutely. If you're in the NLCS, trying to keep that lineup down, and if DeGrom or Scherzer are rolling,
and
you're hitting that.
You hope Buehler and Kershaw and
line every
Gonsolin are
time.
back, right? I mean, Gonsolin's pitching, but and do you trust Kershaw in that situation? He went out with a back injury, but man, I just every night I'm watching the Dodgers, and it's like, goodness gracious! I mean, they're ridiculously good. They're just ridiculously good, and you kind of, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't hurt me to see the Giants now just getting punched every night by the Padres. Like, if you're going to ask me who do you dislike more, it's easy, right? Padres got healthy with the Giants. Padres, I think, will be a wild card team. Right now, your National League wild cards are the Braves, the Phillies, and the Padres, but the Padres are only 1 game better than Milwaukee. San Francisco's 7.5 back, so it's basically a 4-team race for 3 spots, right? Braves, Phillies, Padres, Brewers. And after that, somebody's going to have to make a good run. The wild card in the American League is really interesting because you've got 6-7 teams. Blue Jays, Mariners, Tampa right now. Baltimore's tied with Tampa for that last spot. And Minnesota's just a game back. And the White Sox are just 2.5 back. So that's what keeps everybody going. That's what keeps everybody interested, is that extra wild card, and it'll be the American League that you'll watch. But yeah, the Dodgers are dumb right now.
They have the 4th best bullpen earned run average in baseball, the Dodgers.
Who's got the best 3?
Astros, Yankees, Orioles.
So the Astros and Yankees are going to be really interesting in the American League too, by the way. Yankees are getting all the love because they're New York and they got Aaron Judge, but the Astros have the same record as the Yankees do. The Astros are, I think, and you can argue, I think the Astros are getting better pitching. You can go up and down the lineup, and you can make a real argument that the Astros have a better lineup. If you tell me right now I'm getting Astros, Yankees, and Dodgers, Mets in the championship series, I'm in.
I'm in with you too. This is the year. Like, those are the 4 best teams. I want to see them go head to head, but we know in baseball.
I don't know, man. So I could tell you this year. I mean, you're right. In baseball, somebody could win a short
Atlanta,
series. But I just think this year those teams are so far separated from everybody else. And you know what? Atlanta and the Mets are still in a battle. They're only separated by 4 games. But I do think those 4 teams are so separated from everybody else. And look, the Padres can get hot too now. Padres can go in and be disruptive. It's going to be, the Padres could get the Dodgers in that first round after they get through the wild card. Right? Because it's the wild card team against the best record, and it's going to be the Cardinals and Mets. The Cardinals, they're every year. Every single year. You turn around in August and, all right, there's the Central. Oh, hum. There's the Central. And there's the Cardinals. All right, what are you watching tonight? You're going to watch Field of Dreams? You're going to watch some football? You're going to watch some Little League?
Of course I'm going to watch football. I'm going to watch it all.
All right. I'm going to watch it all. All right. Thank you to Chevin Cordero, San Jose State's quarterback. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock, and then you get Isotopes Baseball. Josh Sushan will crack the microphone from Isotopes Park. It is the Isotopes and the Reno Aces. Adrian, great work today, as always. Hey, Marie, 2 days away from the debut of your new show.
Yes.
Great work today.
Thank you.
Big day for you today?
You know it. Huge day.
Enjoy it, please. Be good to each other. Please be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NNAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers